witnesses? Were those people witnesses? She isn't answering a single question I'm asking. What is the topic now? You're jumping so many topics.
3 questions have been answered.
Stick to one question.
You've answered it. You should ask your question, Hashim.
But you haven't clarified.
I've already answered my question.
3 questions.
I want to know.
Mansoor. Answer the thing. You've asked 3 questions. You've asked 3 questions.
Just keep account because I'm going to ask her that many questions on the gospel, on the Bible, and let's see how consistent.
I'm here, 3 questions, no answer.
No, but you said I'm going to ask you a question on the Bible, and you said you'll stay here. You won't run away. No, you never said that. You never said the topic on crucifixion. I can ask any question on the Bible. I didn't change the topic at all. I answered all your questions. Which question?
For example, a particular tree with thorns, so you free from attacks on his view.
Look, get on with the question.
So when we say
that's fine, that's fine. It is good for us. We'll laugh that many questions. Hopefully she won't run away like the last time.
Right?
Okay,
because you're a state of peace. But Islam comes from the verb which means to surrender and submit.
You're interrupting, you're this, you're
not to be peaceful. Surrender and submit. Surrender and submit.
So what's salam?
I won't disrespect you, I'll answer your question the way you want it. Okay? But the way I will answer might not satisfy you.
That's the root for both Islam and Salam. But the verb, immediate verb, your house.
You know, some Muslims explain to me the name Islam is written.
Why would you call it deception?
According to Bible.
No, but why would you call that deception? Do you know something called strategy? When an army... Let me have a word in between, maybe I'll explain it to you. Okay, first and foremost, where does it say Allah made people believe Jesus died on the cross? Where does it say that? Show me. No, you said Allah... Yeah, but...
That means they believe there was something there was someone who died.
Okay, so when something appears to you, for example, if you see that that building over there is maybe blue in color rather than gray in color, that is Allah's fault, right? There's nothing to do with your eyesight. Wow, that is the logic we are dealing with. Yes. And a Messiah.
Allah chose Jesus as a prophet to bring people back to Allah. Is that correct?
One of the things.
And according to the Bible, and according to historians, Jesus died on the cross. According to the Bible, after the resurrection, was exactly cycle.
Which historian said that, by the way? That Jesus died on the cross? Sorry?
Thales, Tacitus.
And Tacitus was in which year? Which year did he write that? No, which year I asked you? Yeah, but first century can be the year 99. That is like 70 years after Jesus. He was not an eyewitness.
That verse in the Quran is written.
Do you have any eyewitnesses account from the Bible?
You have that verse in the Quran, which is approximately 700 years after Jesus.
It doesn't matter if Allah says it. Like I said, in the case of Moses and Adam, thousands of years.
For example, thousands of years.
How many years between Moses and Adam?
If everything is in the Quran,
Hatun, how many years between Adam and Moses?
You do have lots of people. Who discredit the information in the Quran.
But you're not answering any of the questions I asked you.
Regarding the
counter questions I'm asking you.
Geographical information.
There is no historical evidence. You haven't given me a single eyewitness from the time of Jesus. You said Tacitus, who lived towards... He said in the first century. Was it first century, by the way?
I want you to give me any historian. Can you give me any historian?
No, you give me a historian because you're the one claiming it. So I'm saying Jesus didn't die.
You gave me the name Allah as a witness Jesus didn't die.
Do you know what Allah means?
For you, He's the creator. I don't care that.
What about the Christian Arabs?
Allah don't...
No, for the Christian Arabs, is He the creator?
Allah, yeah.
Yes, so they are Christians, right?
Yeah. But,
wait. The Muslims didn't write the Bible, did they?
Let me clarify that. In Christian Arabs, okay, Allah, who walks and talks in the garden with mankind, Allah, who calls Abraham to sacrifice his son.
In other words, He's God, right?
It is Allah who also reveals Himself in Jesus.
So it is God, right?
Allah,
for them it is God or not?
Allah for Arab Christians versus Allah for Arab Muslims are very, very different. I'm not talking
So
about...
for both of them, is it God or not? That's a question.
I'm talking about the crucifixion.
You won't answer that, will you?
I'm talking about the crucifixion of Jesus.
Yes, I'm answering about the crucifixion of Jesus.
I don't take Allah as a credible...
Look.
credible
So she doesn't accept your answer.
No, listen to this. Sorry, are you saying Allah is credible or not credible?
Not credible.
So your gods, for the Arab Christians, Allah is God or not?
Allah who sends his son. Allah,
You won't answer that question, will you?
Allah who sends his son to die on the cross.
Is Allah God for them or not? I know what you're saying.
Yes,
Answer my question.
Allah who asked Abraham to sacrifice his son.
Is Allah their God?
Allah,
Yes or no?
Allah who talks through prophets for many, many years. And Allah who sent his son to die on the cross.
None of that answer my question.
That is Allah who is creator.
Is Allah their God or not?
Allah, according to
Is he their God?
Christian Arabs, Allah is very different.
No, but is he their God or not?
Sir, I'm
Why not answering?
No, I'm explaining.
Are you afraid your answer will expose you?
Sir, Allah in
Are you
Christian
afraid your
Arabs
answer will expose you?
versus
Exit strategy
Allah
coming
in
up.
Muslim
Is
Arabs.
Allah
5
their
seconds.
God? Yes or no?
Their God, Allah.
Thank you very much. He said it. If he's their God, then that's fine. Now move on.
The garden with mankind.
It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. He's their God. He's God.
She doesn't accept
How
that.
God is described is different. I agree.
No, it is meta. It is the one, I remind you again, it is the one who asked Abraham to sacrifice his son. It is the Allah who sends his son.
It is the one to
die
whom
on the
Jesus
cross.
bows down and prostrates, yes?
It is the God.
In the Garden of Gethsemane, Jesus prostrates to that Allah. That's it.
Yeah.
Thank you.
It is
There you
the one
go.
who
Jesus himself prostrated to Allah.
humble himself,
You said
and then comes and
You
dies
answered
on
the question.
cross.
She doesn't accept it. Now it's your turn.
Allah
I don't
is the
take
one who's their God.
I don't take them.
Okay. What is your
Allah
question,
of the Quran, Allah of the Quran
Yeah.
as a discreditable.
As discredible.
As a credible. Like,
Make up your mind. Is it credible or discredible? I don't think there's a word called discredible, is there?
I did work on my English. I did work on
Oh my
English.
God.
But if you kind of
Don't use words you can't say. That's simple. Use simple words. You don't believe him? That is what you want to say?
I don't believe the testimony of God of Allah, God of Quran, who is called himself Allah. I don't take him.
And we don't take the Bible as credible. So end of story then. So there's no need to discuss anything then, is it?
Can you give me?
If that's the way you're going to work, then how are we going to have a debate?
Do you have any other names?
Do you have
can tell
any
me?
evidence
Do
from
you-
an eyewitness?
do you
Do you or
have-
not?
Do you
Any
have-
evidence from an eyewitness that Jesus was crucified?
Gospel of John, Gospel of Mark, Gospel
Gospel.
of Luke.
Okay, was John there?
Actually,
Wait. Was John there?
Yes, he was at the cross.
He was at the cross.
Yes,
And
he was at the cross.
did John write the
I
Gospel of
I have
John?
got lots of writings. I've
Did
got
John write the
62
Gospel of John?
I have got 62 writings from the first century.
Why can't you have a
None of
single
them-
name then?
None of them.
Because
displays
according to the Bible,
crucifixion.
all the disciples
So,
left
my
it.
question.
Yeah.
My
62 claims. Let's talk about this because it's very interesting. You're making up. You carry on, but we will. You finish, but I'm going to address this point.
I counted 6 questions plus.
From first century. Okay? We're going to expose
Not
this
recording
myth
you yet,
in
don't
5
worry.
minutes. I'll give you 5 minutes to continue and come back to this point. 62 witnesses to what? 62 writings from the first century.
about the Christianity, and none of them discredit the crucifixion.
Okay. I would like to see them and hear them because I don't think you have 0 from the first century. So you automatically, when you say 62,
You don't have anything from the first century. You know
do you
that.
have anything?
You don't have any manuscript from the first century. Do you know that?
Not as a manuscript. But I
Then
don't
what?
believe
Then
anyone.
where is it written?
I don't believe anyone. I don't believe anyone.
Look, you haven't showed us a witness from the first century.
I don't
You haven't
believe
showed us a
anyone
manuscript
who
from the first century. So
discredits
where is it?
anything.
Where's the
Do you have
evidence?
anyone?
Sorry?
Do you have anyone who discredits those 62 people?
Discredits what? The Quran. Look,
you made a
the
claim.
Quran says that he was neither.
Quran is from 7th century, and then
Doesn't matter.
It does matter.
Okay, how many years? How many years transpired between Moses and Adam? How many years?
I don't know.
Thousands?
I don't know.
Should we say
exactly
thousands?
from Moses, Satan, but I know the time.
No, but it's
from
thousands of
Abraham to
years or
Moses.
not?
I know the time from Abraham to Moses.
Okay, how much Abraham to Moses? How much time?
600.
600. 600, yes. Did Moses say anything about, sorry, did Moses say anything about Abraham?
Yes, he did say.
And who was eyewitness
Sir?
to see Abraham? No, who was eyewitness? I'm using your logic now.
No.
That
You are not using my logic.
then you would be destroyed by your own logic. Yes, because if nobody saw Abraham as an eyewitness and we don't have any eyewitnesses, how did Moses write about it? That is the question.
You don't have eyewitness for the Quranic side.
Sorry? Look, the Quran came 700 years after, 600 years after. Yes, 700 years after. Yes, Jesus. Now, similarly, Moses came thousands of years after Adam. If Moses was able to write an account about Adam, and you believe it based on faith, not based on evidence, not based on eyewitnesses, not based on testimony, why can't I do the same?
Today,
are you going to answer that question? Are you going
today, I can go and check.
No questions from your side. Remember this, right?
Today, I can go and check all the customs took place in the book of Genesis. All the customs, and traditions.
What's that going to do with crucifixion?
I'm answering your question.
Yeah, oh, you're asking a question?
I'm answering your question.
What was my question that you answered? Adam and Moses. Sorry, are you saying no one in the world is crazy? Is that what you're saying?
I'm saying there are the customs in the book of Genesis.
Customs.
For example, how people
the time of Adam. No, but the question I asked you is about Adam and Moses.
Yeah,
not Abraham.
No, I know that. I know that.
Are you going to answer that question?
No, I don't know the date of the Abraham. Sorry.
No, but Adam was much before Abraham.
I know the date of
thousands of years. Thousands of years.
I know the date of Abraham.
Okay.
And then the date of Abraham to Moses 600 years. Okay. So
and Adam
will be
even
Jesus to Quran is around 600 years.
And what is that going to do?
Today I can go back and then look at the customs in the book of Genesis. Okay. And then there is
whose customs? Abraham's time.
From Abraham's time.
And what is that proof? So give me one custom. Give me one custom.
I don't have anything.
Okay, I'll tell you what. Give me one custom from Abraham's time.
When I look at the Quran, I've got lots of things and discredit.
Can you give me one custom from Abraham's time?
Yes, for example, the way if your wife is not giving you child, then you give your slave to your husband as a wife.
Sorry, I completely missed that. If your wife doesn't give it, sorry.
If your wife is not having child,
it's not going to, okay, doesn't have a child, yeah.
Then your wife is giving her slave to you as a wife. That's a custom.
That is a custom of whom? Abraham's time's custom.
From Abraham's time to Joseph.
Okay. And what is that?
Until 1,300 BC.
And wait a minute. How do you know that was a custom that time? On what basis?
If you go to the British Museum,
yes,
you will see the multi tablets, Mari tablets, and then those tablets open.
And those tablets actually say about the
thousands of them.
Yeah. Have you read any of them? Have you read any of them?
17,000 of them.
Yeah, but have you read any of them?
It does not discredit the custom from.
No. I'm asking you. Have you read any of those tablets?
It does not discredit.
And the tablets actually say during the time of Abraham, when a child.
Talks about the custom.
That's what you're trying to prove to me.
No,
that there is evidence, written evidence in tablets.
It talks about the custom, sir.
Yeah, but the custom that you specified is not there, is it?
I'm still talking.
Was it in the tablets?
I still want to.
You can't answer now. You're going to go.
Failing miserably is what I can
just
hear.
Say you don't know the custom during Abraham's time. There's no eyewitnesses for it.
I know the custom, sir.
Is there an eyewitness for it?
I'm telling you, you don't know.
Is there an eyewitness for Abraham's time? Yes or no? Do you know the name? Give me one name of the Abraham's customs.
Sir,
other than the Bible.
I gave you the customs from tablets in the British Museum.
And those tablets survived from the time of Abraham. I really want to find those tablets.
Yeah.
From the time of Abraham.
Room 55.
Sorry, from?
Room 55, second floor British Museum.
Yeah, but the tablets are how old?
7.
How old are the tablets?
They are dated in the time of. They are dated in time of.
So well done.
Abraham. They are dated in
which year?
Abraham is around 2000 BC.
2000 BC?
Yeah.
But I thought you said there was only 600 years difference between Abraham. Now you're saying 2000 BC.
No, Abraham is 2000 BC, Moses is 1400.
But you said 700 earlier.
No.
Yes?
No,
it's on camera.
Sir, Abraham 2000 BC. Abraham 2000 BC. Okay.
And those tablets actually say
Moses
that.
Moses is from 140 BC.
So Hatun, let me get this right.
600 years.
Yeah, fine.
Okay. From time of Jesus to Quran is approximately 600, 700 years. Above it 700 years.
Okay.
Okay. So, can you give me one name beside Allah, which I
New
don't
questions.
take that as a credible.
That's back to the topic.
Can you
Without any other topic. How many questions have been on the topic?
12 for her and 1 for him.
None for him.
Look, I've already answered that question 2 times now.
No.
Now if you want me to answer the 3rd time, it'll still be the same answer.
Give me the name.
I told you, the name.
Oh my.
How can you hack?
Can you give me the name?
Can I answer the way I want, and I'll answer the same way I did earlier?
I would love
Okay. The answer to your question with regards to the eyewitnesses is this. we believe in what Allah revealed to us, just like Moses believed in what his God revealed to him from the time of
Moses
Adam.
never had any
Okay,
eyewitnesses
there you
either.
go. Now wait. Can you give me a single eyewitness? Can you give me a single eyewitness to Jesus' crucifixion?
Let me ask you a simple
You
question.
sit there. You sit there.
questions
and
you
you
gonna
know
ask?
what he said. Sister.
Regarding
There's no hate. I don't have hate for you, sister.
of the surah.
I'm not. No, hate, sister. Do you see my face?
Wait a
You know
minute,
Muslims.
with
We
all due
don't hate.
respect, I've answered
We just
several
tell
questions of
truth,
yours.
sister.
Now it is
Now, how
time,
can you live
it
with
is only
yourself
fair that I
while
ask you
denying?
questions.
Let's go back to
Moses
the
didn't have witnesses,
historicity
right?
of crucifixion.
Did Moses have witnesses?
You mentioned
They don't want to talk about it. They don't want to talk about it.
No,
Allah loves
the
you.
historicity of crucifixion.
I am asking-
Because there's a
I am
claim.
asking-
There's a
I am
claim that
asking
you were
today-
making.
I am asking
I've
today,
already answered that question to you.
who is there? I am asking
No,
today,
let's go back to the historical narrations of crucifixion details.
157.
What is the name of what? The Quran, the whole author of the Quran is Allah. What more do you want?
Who wrote it down as a human being? Who wrote it down?
Now you're changing the topic.
For 157.
Wait a minute.
Because I want to go
Can I-
check.
Hatun,
I want to go
Hatun,
check.
wait.
and forget about
I will give you the answer, no problem. But listen to me, Hatun, for 1 second. With all due respect, you have asked me several questions and I've answered them. Now, whether to your satisfaction or not, that's a different question. Now, that's fine. I expected that. But anyway, hold on. With all due respect, it's my turn to ask you questions with regards to the Bible, as you agreed to me earlier.
Okay, can I first finish the...
But how long are you going to be? I don't know, because you've asked 6 questions already, maybe more.
Probably more.
Yes.
Can I
Now, wait a minute. How do we know where to draw the line? Where are we going to end with your questions?
When I satisfy
You will never get satisfied. Really?
I came on the scene when I heard the word.
I think it's time for me to ask you questions.
I thought,
I
Unless
think
you're
that's fair.
scared.
I think that's fair, right, boys?
Are you going to let me ask you a question from the Bible?
Can you give me the name of the
I will,
person?
after I ask you the question from the Bible.
No.
What do you mean no?
After I give answer to my question.
yes, it's Zayd bin Thabit, radiallahu anhu.
Yes.
Okay.
He wrote all of it.
You won't believe anything he said, regardless of it.
How do you
Whether
say-
I
You're not
say it,
accepting the
whether
answers,
you
but
say
you're
it.
giving them,
Do you
so...
say that he didn't write that? Do you have independent...
By the way,
evidence to the
this is coming
contrary?
from Christians who don't have any manuscript from the 1st century.
One moment.
Yes, you agree?
How do you know?
So how do you know they're eyewitnesses? Which means there's 0 eyewitnesses. We have. Yes, we have.
It's in your
Get
bag.
that, okay? You didn't have the basics.
It's in your bag. How do you know it's not something?
Sorry?
You know better than me.
How much is it? How much is it?
98% of it.
98%.
And 78% is the readable.
Hang on. So we have, 78% readable comes from where?
Just to give honest. Actually, I took a picture of it.
No. Yeah, show it to us. Because this myth needs to be once and for all clarified.
I remember I told you and then you deny that.
No. Remember I asked you and your friend Jay Smith, where did you get this 78% figure?
Let me remind you. It was
Deny your friends?
I was with my friend and then
No,
he came to
I
me.
did.
No.
Jay
He
Smith
came to
earlier
me.
on. I spoke to both of you independently. Where did you get 78% figure for the Topkapi manuscripts? Maybe this is the time you can answer it.
She's saying she took a picture. Let's see.
Listen.
Let's see the picture.
And I will show you how you're not reading it with proper attention. Please do.
Turn it this way so you can see it better. Turn it around, portrait. That's it now. Just push it up. A bit bigger, yeah.
And I'll show you how.
One of the most important manuscripts of the Quran, written in many different hands.
Which is that?
This manuscript was written in Hijaz script.
Which one is it?
Which
Which one are you
manuscript?
talking about? Topkapi, which one?
Topkapi is a museum.
By the way, do you know that there's more than one Topkapi manuscripts? Which one are you reading from? I know where Jay Smith made his error, and I will now share with you, and perhaps now you can tell him to correct him. Right? So now, tell us which Topkapi manuscript are you reading?
Sarayi Medina 1A, Quran located in Topkapi
That's exactly where.
From 1st century, 2nd century Hijrah.
Right, is that the one that you have in your bag?
No, that's not.
Right, so we're not talking about that Topkapi. We're talking about the Topkapi that is in Topkapi Palace Museum, not the Topkapi Sarayi Medina 1. So, Topkapi...
Let me read it. One of the most important...
No, But this is the different Topkapi manuscripts.
Different hands. This manuscript was written.
But this is a different manuscript.
The number of the folio.
Excuse me.
3 or 5.
Yeah, but you are aware that
Hashim, Hatun, you are making the same blunder Jay made.
It may happen to extant folios contains 78% of the total text of the Quran.
I just want to share this moment to everyone.
Analyzing check. A sign this manuscript is acquired period, most ridiculous. Late 9th century or early 2nd century of the Hijrah. A belief summary of the manuscript is provided along with the selection of the images from the
Now, Hatun,
I'm not recording it.
Hatun, what you didn't realize, in fact, my conclusion is this. Neither yourself or Jay Smith reads with any attention to detail. We have listed several manuscripts, right? Let me state it.
Let's go step by step.
I will tell you step by step. Let me tell you first of all where you were mistaken about the 78%.
Let's go step by step. Let's go step by step. And then you
but he didn't interrupt you when you were talking. Give him the same respect.
That I am making wrong statement. Okay?
First of all,
do you have the complete from time to time?
No. Let's deal with this topic.
we said the question we're addressing is the myth of the 78% complete of the Topkapi manuscripts. Now I know where the error came from you, but you don't, because you were not reading our website properly. You had the Topkapi facsimile. Hang on. You had the Topkapi facsimile with you.
He's just a trouble puller,
But you didn't even read what you had in your own hands. So let me show you from the website. Let me finish.
Finish that.
I'm not finishing. So now we have the Qur'anic manuscripts from the 1st century Hijrah, 2nd and so on. Right? So we talk about the different manuscripts. Also, some of them are attributed to Uthman. One of them is the Quran of Uthman at the Topkapi Museum, Istanbul. The extant folios contain more than 99% of the Quran. Not 98%, more than 99%. We stated that and we highlighted this. This is the Quran of Uthman in Topkapi Museum, Istanbul, Turkey. Let me finish.
Let him finish.
Excuse me. Do not interrupt when I'm talking, please.
No.
Yeah, he'll answer the question.
The discussion. Look. I will answer the question in a bit later.
Keep that in your mind.
Keep it in your mind. And if I forget, remind me. So now, Hatun.
Now you're getting annoying.
Hatun.
No, we want to answer now. Let him finish the point first.
Is your question
what do you like?
Topkapi
You see what I mean?
Museum?
You know how many questions she asked. How can you
Which has more than 99% of the Quran. Is it from the time of Uthman? No. Is that your question?
No.
Truthfully,
My question is right now. Do you have complete Quran from the
I'm reading about Topkapi.
Just one. My question.
Don't go into different questions, Hatun. Don't do this, please.
Changing topics.
We want to stick to the Topkapi copy of the Quran. Topkapi. So let's talk about Topkapi.
Now let us ask
Topkapi copy.
Do you have the Quran, complete Quran from time of Uthman?
So your question is, hang on. So your question is, do we have a complete manuscript of the Quran from the time of Uthman? Is that your question? Good. So I have understood your question and I will answer it. The discussion that we have been before you asked that question is about the Topkapi manuscripts, and it contains 78% of the text. So I am going to, hang on, and I am going to now, don't interrupt Hatun, please.
I said it was readable.
Let him finish, then you can interrupt.
You said it is 78% readable. So where did you get that from? Okay, so Islamic awareness doesn't say, look, Islamic awareness is on our website. It doesn't say anywhere. Okay, what you read is, let me show you what you read. And allow me to now speak. What you read is without reading to any attention to detail. So allow me to. So we describe several manuscripts. One of them is called the Quran of Uthman in Istanbul, Turkey, where you're from, which has more than 99% of the text. Later on, within the same page, let me finish, please, without any interruption. We described another manuscript. And this manuscript called, wait a moment, let's go back there, slowly. So this is called Codex Topkapi Sarayi Medina 1A, which is in Topkapi Sarayi Museum.
Is that the one you were talking about? Yeah?
Manuscript. So one is orange, other one is a banana. I understand you understand the difference between these two? Let me finish. So this manuscript, let me finish. I haven't finished. I haven't finished. Do not interrupt, Hatun. Hatun, with all due respect.
That's a different question. That's a different question. Stop interrupting.
Hatun,
let him finish.
Hatun, with all due respect, I even, Hatun, with all due respect, Hatun,
stop changing the topic, just let him finish.
With all due respect, I even reiterated the question and you said yes, that is the question that you asked. And I said, I will answer the question and even he can remind me, my brother. So now we return, okay, so please, the camera be kind enough to listen to what I have to say about the Topkapi. I will finish. Hatun, no.
At the end, not before. At the end.
Hatun, no. Hatun, you are behaving badly.
Thank you.
So let me continue now. No, I'm going to talk over you. So now, the error, I'm going to talk over you. Hatun, do you want me to talk over you? Do you want me to talk over you?
Okay, let her ask one question. Go on, ask your question.
What, another hour?
And then I'll continue to finish your sentence.
Okay, good.
Do you have the complete Quran? Okay, from time of Uthman?
That's a different question.
Okay, let me see whether I understood the question. Please tell me whether, hang on, because I might be thinking, oh, where do you come from? I might be thinking of a different question. Wait a minute.
Let me rephrase
hang on, I've heard your question.
Do you have
Excuse me, I have heard your question.
From time of Uthman?
Hatun, did you ask me, do we have a complete Quran from the time of Uthman?
Yes.
Is this your question?
Yes.
Have I understood your question?
Yes.
Have I understood your question?
Yes. Let's see if you can answer that question.
So I will answer, God willing. So let's return to the subject at hand and do not interrupt. If you keep on interrupting, then this will be what? Totally misbehaving from your part. So do not interrupt. So no.
Before that,
please,
I'm not going to allow, just for your information, I'm not going to allow you to speak half an hour, okay?
Hatun, no half an hour, no half an hour. So now, brothers and sisters who are listening and hearing, the error or the mistake or the blunder that you and Jay made, which I've been trying to correct you for weeks and months, I said do not interrupt.
Just come to the point.
He will. He'll answer the way he wants, but if you keep quiet, we'll be quicker.
If you keep on talking,
much quicker.
Perhaps. But let us make this rule. When I'm talking, you listen attentively without interrupting, and when you're talking, I do the same.
No, that will be difficult.
That's respectful, otherwise you'd be shameful.
Excuse me?
Thank you, sir.
I'm just pointing out the points.
Why is it that when I'm speaking, you keep interrupting? Why? Can I ask you that? Why is Hatun unable to keep quiet for a few minutes? Hatun, you've been very.
If you let him answer, he will answer your question.
You've been very
interrupting.
I'm going to give you time.
How much? 5 minutes?
How much it takes?
5 minutes. 5 minutes? Well, come back again you then later. So Hatun has more than 5 minutes. Good. Thank you. I would like you to remain listening for 5 minutes without interruption. Can you do that?
Come to the point.
Okay, can you do that without interrupting?
If you are on the topic, I think
on the same topic, do you think you're able to?
Let's see. I put the clock on.
Okay, let's see that.
Let's see how long she keeps quiet this time.
Can you put the clock? Can you put the clock?
Put the timer, yeah.
Right.
Let's time start. So I have to see how much I can be quiet.
Okay. Press it when you're ready. Or when you're ready. Who's speaking? And if anybody speaks, timer starts again, especially you.
Like these people right here.
So now, you're saying, what is this?
No, he's not starting.
Don't rub it.
What are you looking for? Okay, shall we start?
Start.
Okay.
As I stated, the error and the blunder that you have made, you and Jay, which I've been correcting, and you are not learning by showing selective ignorance, but this is the opportunity to show the whole world where your error comes from. So in our website, in islamicawareness.org, we document manuscripts, and we talk about the Topkapi manuscript, which is the Quran of Uthman that's attributed to him in Istanbul Museum, for which you have a copy of the facsimile, and so do I. We also document another manuscript called the Codex Topkapi Sarayi Medina 1A. Are you listening? This one here. This manuscript, we are clearly saying is from the 1st, 2nd century Hijrah, and this contains approximately 78% of the total text of the Quran. Not the Topkapi, which is more than 99% complete. This is the Topkapi Sarayi Medina one. So the different manuscripts. Jay Smith and yourself and all your Christian friends, without reading the text attentively, you got the 78% figure from there and say, oh, it's a Topkapi, because you read the word Topkapi and you've seen the 78% and you made up your mind without realizing it's a different manuscript altogether. So now, when we talk about the Quranic manuscript, which is in Topkapi, you claim Jay said it's 78% Quran. So that's the blunder he made by copying this. But you disagree with him and corrected him by saying it doesn't contain 78% Quran, but 78% is readable. Where did you get this from? Not from Islamic awareness. Where did you get it from? Would you like to share us this vision of yours? That's it. I didn't even take 5 minutes. It only took 2 minutes.
Less than 2 minutes.
So now go ahead. Where did you get it from?
I'm going to stop. 2 minutes.
2 minutes. Where did you get it from?
No, you can talk now. It's okay. Go on. He's asking you.
No, I said I'm
It's been 2 minutes.
I just told you where it's from.
You're really taking this seriously, aren't you? About time, Hatun. Okay, she's giving you 5 minutes, basically.
No, I have done it in 2 minutes.
Okay, he's finished. So he revokes his 3 minutes for you. Go on.
Okay.
Yes.
I was good for 2 minutes.
Very good. You're improving.
Okay.
Okay, I'm going to reset and start your
My
time.
question is, do you have the complete Quran from the time of Uthman? Yes or no?
Okay. Now it's time to answer the question. Do we have a complete Quran from the time of Uthman? No.
Is that it? No, he said no.
When is your first complete Quran?
I would like to answer it. I would like you to accept and say, I admit this is where the error came from, and tell me Jay Smith who's just speaking over there. Can you see him? Can you see Jay Smith over there speaking? It's an opportunity now. Go and tell him.
That's fine. We'll show him the video.
Can I speak to you first?
No, you can speak. What I'm saying is, are you going to now correct yourself?
Has he given you the answer you wanted?
Jay Smith is over there. Okay. You can go and talk to him.
Are you going to correct him?
Jay Smith is
As
there.
you've learned now.
You are old enough. You can go and correct him.
But you learned from him, so are you going to correct his
My
mistake?
question was to you, when is your first completed Quran?
Just that first. Have you? I will answer that question. I said, just like I answered your first question.
Yeah, so
Do we have a complete? But it's important that you really make a statement on this 78% myth. Are you now admitting that
She won.
Okay, where did you get it from?
Sir,
No, answer that first, please.
Sir, I read it where I get it from.
Yeah, but it's not Islamic awareness.
Where did you read it?
And if you want to go
Last time you said you were going to give me information. Where did you get it from?
No, but where is it from? The source. What is the source?
Where did you get it from?
Which I read it you 5 minutes ago.
No, that is different manuscripts.
So, my question was to you.
Hatun,
my
Didn't they say
question
Islamic
was to you.
awareness?
Okay.
By the way, have you guys finished? It's my turn now. I have to ask about the gospel.
Yeah,
She
that's
said she will answer my
He's
question.
been waiting patiently.
Yes,
yeah.
and I've been waiting a long time.
That's
I think it's only fair you give me a chance before you run away.
Hatun, you stated something which is incorrect. Incorrect.
Surah 114. Okay.
Listen, Hatun. You need to really address this point. You read a different manuscript which has 78% of the text. Regarding a Topkapi copy which has more than 99% of the text, you stated it's 78% readable. Where is your evidence for that?
So, I just read my from Islamic Awareness.
No, you read our different manuscripts.
And then you pointed me out that was the 1A.
That's a different manuscript. So you're mistaken.
I got your point. I'm going to go home and...
So you're mistaken. You've just read it. We have to do research. You are mistaken to confuse...
That's fine. You do research. That's fine. You have to do research.
Why you
got to acknowledge that you were wrong.
You have to admit. Look, sometimes it takes a lot to say it. You have read...
Yeah, I can understand that.
You have read. You have read the information from a different manuscript. Why don't you admit to the camera that now you admit your error?
That's why I'm asking.
Excuse me, are you admitting your error?
When is your first complete?
Please, Hatun, I am not going to let it unanswered.
That's a different question.
You told
Listen,
me.
Hatun.
You told me. You don't have to.
It is important.
It's my turn to ask questions.
It is important, Hatun, for you to come clean. You need to come clean. You know what that means? You have to admit to the whole world you made an error by not reading it with attention.
That's a different question.
Hatun,
You told me.
how many times am I going to say that to you?
You told me once, and I used my brain, and then I'll go home and I do my research.
What did you read? Can I clarify a point? Can I clarify a point? You read 78% figure. Excuse me, Hatun. This is not how you talk. The whole world is going to see that you are such an arrogant person, not willing to admit.
I'll take that as a compliment.
No, Hatun, the whole world is going to know that. So, Hatun, please.
They want attention, don't give it.
Exactly, that's what I'm trying to tell you.
Your question now is, when is your first complete Qur'an? Is that your question?
Different question.
Is that your question? Is that your question? Good. Another 3 minutes. So in these 3 minutes, in these 3 minutes, I'm going to now address the point that we just keep going unanswered. Hatun, as you've demonstrated very clearly that your 78% figure of the Topkapi relates to a different manuscript altogether. So you are utterly confused about the Topkapi facsimile that you and I have, and you thought it has contained 78% of the text, or 78% readable, even though you now read very clearly it talks about our different manuscripts, which has 78% of the text, not 78% readable. So even then, as you read now, 10-15 minutes ago, you are not reading it correctly. Again, you're showing that you don't read with attention. That Topkapi Sarayi Medina 1A does not have 78% readable text. It has 78% of the text within the folios of the Quran. Nothing to do with 78% readable. Right? Nothing to do with 78% readable. So you now have to admit and come clean to the whole world and your Christian brothers and sisters and say to them, my evangelical friends, I made a mistake in reading without proper attention. The Islamic Awareness, please, Islamic Awareness website, that you should say that I, Hatun and Jay, made a mistake by reading something totally different. It had nothing to do with the Topkapi copy of the Quran. It was Topkapi Sarayi Medina 1A. So you have to come clean. Until and unless you admit that, I am not willing to answer your second question. You have to admit it and say, oh, I'm sorry, now I accept. Mansoor, you have shown it to me from a website and you've clarified that to me. I am not someone with an ego problem and I am not arrogant. I accept that was a blunder that I made. Now I am willing to correct myself. I would like you to address that point. Until then, I am not answering any of your questions because it is not a game. It's a game of not confusing other people because you are confusing your Christian friends. They come to Speaker's Corner and online on the web. You know what they're doing? They're regurgitating the same myth that you're propounding when you are now showing to us that that was your mistaken understanding. Go ahead, please.
I'm still waiting answer for my question.
He said he won't answer until you admit.
I'm still waiting
Have you
answer
not
for my question. Okay.
I don't think she was listening.
Since you don't have the Quran from time of Uthman, okay, I'm waiting to hear
You showed
the
the Quran
answer.
from time of Uthman already.
When is your first? I'm talking about the complete Quran. When is your first
Well,
complete?
99% is complete almost, is it not?
That's not 100%, sir.
Okay, so 1% here, there. That's okay.
When is your first complete Quran? And what happened to the Quran, which Uthman kind of burned or something, said and made?
That's a different question now. Come on. Hatun, that's a different question. He said he will not answer until you admit your mistake.
Wait for my question.
Hashim, back in the toilet.
Okay.
Freedom.
भाग जाता है यूं करके.
Last 2 minutes or so before you just made that statement, I was saying, did you even hear a word?
Guys, he's running away.
So
Right,
that's why
then
I'm
answer the
asking
question.
you. That's why I'm asking you.
Then answer it then I'll answer
Then
my
answer
question.
my question.
I said I will answer yours if you now admit to the whole world why you made that error.
My
Go ahead.
question was, since you don't have the Quran from the time of Uthman, okay, when is your first complete Quran? That's my question.
And I said, until and unless you come clean to the whole world,
Sir,
I am not willing to answer the question.
I told you, I'm gonna look at.
So I'm looking at. You need to
That's
admit.
why I'm asking you.
Okay,
That's
okay.
why I'm
What's there to
asking
look?
you. When is-
Please, Hatun, what is
Sir,
there to look?
Sir, I'm not gonna just take your word for that. I'm gonna use the brain God given to me.
I don't think you guys will come to an agreement. Let me come in.
I am
So did you get it from here in the first place?
I'm asking you a question.
So did you get it from here?
When is...
Anyway, the whole world knows where you got your errors from. Anyway, so I just hope your friends and families, they all know that this is how you make the error.
When is your first complete Quran?
So, first of all, even if I give you a complete Quran from the 15th century, which is what, about 600 years ago, what is that going to make a difference?
So, it will make a big difference when lots of Muslims says, I have got the time Quran from the time of Uthman.
I have-
It will make lots of
okay,
difference
in fact-
when lots of Muslims says, we've got the Quran from the time of Uthman. It will make lots of difference, sir. That's
Okay.
why I'm asking.
Now-
when is your
Okay, if you really want to know-
Quran?
Okay, look, I have a Qur'anic manuscript from the 15th century.
Is that your earliest?
Hang on, I am going to show you something very interesting.
Is that your earliest?
Listen,
Is that your earliest?
in my possession, I have a 99% of the text of the Quran. I facsimile. I don't have 100% in my possession. But I have in my possession, from the 15th century, 100% of copy of the Quran. So now here it is. Now what's your next question? It's 100% complete. From the 15th
From
century.
7th century, from 7th century.
What is your question? Next question.
From 7th century to 15th century is 8 centuries, 800 years.
Yep.
What's wrong? What was wrong that you don't have your complete Quran from time of Uthman? What happened to
So your
that?
objection is about 1%, which is
What
not
is your objection?
1%.
Are you saying this Quran is different from the one that was written at the time of Uthman?
You don't have anything to compare. So how?
Hang on.
So,
Just like you don't have the Bible
You
manuscript to
don't have
compare.
anything. You
hang on.
don't have anything
Okay, let's understand.
that can compare what Muhammad, his revelation, what Muhammad, Allah revealed to Muhammad. You don't have anything to compare. If you don't have your complete
For your information, from the 1st century of Islam, we have 90% or more of the Quranic text in our possession.
So, when you say 1st century of Islam, you are talking around 723, 25 by? So around 700, 8th century, beginning of 8th century, okay?
Yes.
So, you don't have anything from 16th.
Is that a problem?
That's a problem.
Why?
I'm asking, why don't you have anything?
Now I want to know, why is there a problem?
Because I want to go and check, actually, who wrote the surah when Allah was giving the surah for 157 to people, okay? Who is the person who wrote that surah down? I want to get information about that person. But do you have anything from time of Muhammad in that regarding that?
Yeah, we got the Birmingham manuscript.
Very interesting.
Which is,
So now,
which doesn't have the surah 4,
on.
plus it is dated before birth of Muhammad.
Oh, so
dating.
now you're saying it came before Muhammad.
And some.
And who wrote it?
Carbon dating. Do you know anything about carbon dating?
Qasim Samari makes a long lecture on that. Qasim Samari.
Your friend Qasim Samari.
He's not my friend. He's Muslim.
He's not my friend either. So don't bring him when someone...
No, he's a Muslim and
he's a Muslim too.
He give a lecture.
He
Who has authority over...
And what did he say?
Did he make any sense?
Writings. He didn't make a sense for me, but he was...
Neither did it make any sense to me. So ignore him then.
He was talking to
He wasn't making much sense. Hang on. Just because a Muslim speaks, it doesn't help anyway, does it?
I am asking...
Why would you quote someone who doesn't make sense, according to yourself?
Let's come and address this issue.
Lots of Muslim words.
Okay.
Lots of Muslim words.
Let's come to the point and address this issue. Hatun.
Muslim words.
I want to go and check Surah 4, 157. Okay. Surah 4, 157.
If I need help, I will ask. Yes?
Surah 4, 157.
Come here.
Okay. Do you have any writings regarding
Goosey,
Surah
no
4,
Goosey for you today.
157 from 6:10 to 6:32?
So your problem that is like this. Let me understand the nature of your problem.
No. My question is...
I have heard your questions. Okay. I'm not a child that I forget. In fact, children don't forget when they hear the questions. Your question is about do we have anything to compare? Yeah. So I've given you a 15th century document.
Okay. I am asking...
I've heard and allow me to answer.
6:32,
So your problem is this, the nature of your problem. You do not have personally, first of all, you know how to read it?
I don't know.
Right, so basically it's useless to you anyway. You have to go to someone else. Anyway.
No, I have to go to the translator.
Yeah, you have to go to someone else. So personally,
Do you read Arabic?
of course I do.
Okay.
So
18% of the world...
Doesn't matter. 18% yeah, majority of the Christians are ignorant anyway.
18%
in terms of what really the Bible teaches about Jesus Christ, right?
There is no point for me to learn Arabic on that.
Hang on. I'm answering your question. I've heard your question. I've heard your question. You keep on repeating.
That's fine.
Do you think repeating your question is going to help? It's not going to help. No, because what it does is it's really annoying. Because if you heard, no, don't be annoying. If you already asked me one question, Hatun, don't be an annoying person. If you asked a question once and I've reiterated back to you saying, is this your question? And you said yes, then I've understood your question. Your question is there anything? Hatun, your question is, I am about to, but you keep on interrupting. It becomes a Christian habit.
Why is not making any difference anyway?
No, I was 2 minutes silent. Come on.
Hatun. Now here is this. The nature of your problem is this. Muslims somehow can only show you 99% of the text of the Qur'an, only 1% missing. Let me continue. Don't say no or yes.
No, that's not
99% of the text.
That's not my problem.
99%. And you are saying, I cannot compare this because I don't have 1% which is remaining missing.
Let me clarify my point. It looks like you didn't understand my point.
Let me finish. Let me finish. I haven't finished yet.
No, you started.
I haven't finished.
You started.
Maybe when I finish, you'll realize what's the nature of the problem. No.
Mansoor, let her repeat the
How can I? Because you cut me off in the middle.
She wants to repeat the question again.
Hatun.
Okay. I don't care. You've got 90% or not. I don't care. Your earliest writing complete is from 15th century. It's not my point. Okay. I want to go and check Surah 157. Okay. I am asking the question. Do you have this surah is written down from 610 to 632.
Okay. So from 610 to 632. Do I have this written down?
Yes.
Now, suppose I don't have it, and I give it to you from within 100 years. So let me finish. Suppose I give you within the 100 years time frame. So I would like to know, why is this not sufficient? If I were to now use the same method, you are going to be consistent and say, okay, fine, we have the Torah of Moses. Torah of Moses, the earliest manuscript that we have the Torah, dates from the Dead Sea Scrolls time. There are, from the time of Moses to the Dead Sea Scroll, is about 900 to 1,000 years difference. So, for you, is this a problem? Or are you going to happily accept, yes, I can accept that text, this is the text that we have, or are you going to say, no, I am going to be skeptical. I cannot rely on you as a Christian. Are you going to say, we as Christians, we cannot rely on the Torah. The earliest manuscripts is about 900 to 1,000 years later than Moses when he was supposed to have written it. Compared to 100 years of the Qur'an. Within 100 years we can produce something of the Qur'an in writing, but we can produce the Qur'an from the heart, which is a continuous transmission of history, heart to heart, memory to memory, back to the Prophet, which you don't have any, let me finish, which you don't have for your Bible, which you don't have for your Torah or the New Testament. Are you saying you are hyper-skeptical of the Torah as a text, as a revelatory text? Are you saying that?
And the New Testament.
So, my question was to you.
Answer the question.
My question was to you.
No rent.
Do you have any writings regarding the Surah 4, verse 157, from 610 to 632? I am guessing your answer is no.
Carry on.
Is that correct or not?
Answer the question.
Is that correct or not?
Carry on.
So, is that correct or not?
Say anything. Carry on. I've answered already.
I'll take that as a no. You don't have anything. Okay? And there is nothing in the book of Moses, change anything about my eternity. Okay?
Say that again?
So
the last statement. I didn't understand the last statement. There's nothing about it.
It doesn't change my eternity.
It doesn't change your eternity. But are you hyper-skeptical?
Surah 4,
Hatun, are you hyper-skeptical of that text?
Surah 4, 157.
Are you hyper-skeptical of that text? You need to come clean,
which you don't have
honest and sincerely answer the question.
From 610, 632.
Are you going to answer it?
No one written down, or you don't have any writing.
Maybe you can answer.
No, you are talking to me,
Okay,
sir.
go ahead then. Are you skeptical of the text?
Sir, I told you. My answer was that. I don't care how you understand that.
Are you skeptical?
Okay? There is nothing.
Are you skeptical?
There is nothing.
No, are you skeptical?
Change my eternity.
Are you skeptical of the text?
Am I right to understand you are today telling me you don't have any reference?
Could you really
you don't have written down any reference?
He said from the first 100 years, so what's the problem?
4, verse 157, from 610 to 632. Is that correct?
Could you?
Is that correct?
I am answering the question. Could you kindly answer? Are you skeptical of the text of the Torah because the earliest manuscript is 900 years late? And are you skeptical of the Quran because, according to your assumption, that the text of Surah 4, 157 is about within 100 years gap? Are you skeptical of the both of them?
Sir, let me...
Are you skeptical for both of these texts?
Did you understand the question?
Thank you, I did understand the question.
Okay, so I can answer it now.
Please.
So, you don't have any...
Are you going to answer it or not?
Surah 4, verse 157.
Are you going to be so arrogant and keep on talking? Or are you going to sincere and admit?
In the book of Moses...
Excuse me. Are you skeptical?
No use, we're going in circles, no use.
Surah 4,
are you going to remain skeptical of the text of the Torah?
157 affects my
He's already answered the question so many times.
That's why I'm questioning that, okay?
Now,
so,
are you going to be skeptical? Do you know what that means?
Until 632.
Oh, I see. You don't understand my question.
Do you have anything between 632 and 650?
Hatun, do you know what skeptical means?
Sir, do you have anything?
I will answer.
Do you have anything between 632 to 650?
I will answer it. I will answer it.
Surah 4,
do you know what skeptical means? Skeptical means.
Sir, my question is
Hatun,
yes and no.
do you know what it means, skeptical?
I am asking you yes and no question.
Hatun,
do you have anything?
Is this what they teach you? Is it what they teach you being so arrogant?
Do you have anything regarding the Surah 4, verse 157, from 632
If I answer that,
650?
if I answer that question, are you going to answer my question about skepticism?
Sir, do you have answer for my question? Your answer is yes.
If I answer that question,
Sir, don't play with it.
Listen.
Don't play with the words. Is it yes or no? Just a moment, sir.
There has to be a bit of,
Thanks for stepping in.
give and take.
Thanks for stepping in. I've got friends who can already tell me I was 5.2 minutes. That was very good. So,
if I answer that question,
Need some understanding. No, she's doing the same.
Do you have any writing?
I'm being unbiased here. They need to
632
communicate.
to
They can't just
650 regarding the Surah 4, verse 157.
Hatun, if I answer that question to your liking, not to my liking, to your liking, are you going to answer my question about skepticism?
No, I'm not going to answer that
Then I'm not
question.
going to answer that question either. What's the point? You are playing a game.
No.
You are
Sir,
playing a game.
sir,
A game of
Surah-
arrogance.
Okay, are you going to answer my question?
A game of arrogance.
Surah 4,
Be
verse
sincere.
157.
Are you ready to answer my questions, Hatun?
Surah 4, 157.
We've already answered that.
The discussion is over. The discussion is over.
Thank you for
You know
your
what?
time.
The discussion is over.
I would like to still get the reference if you,
hang on,
if you are
the discussion is over because it is no point talking to a person who is displaying arrogance.
I'll take that as a compliment. You are being very good. So, is that correct?
In fact, I do mean it.
Let me
You are
just
being
summarize.
very arrogant.
Let me just summarize.
Not a compliment.
So, you
are being very arrogant. You have no sincerity in your heart.
157 from 6010, sorry, 610 to 630.
You sound like a broken tape record now, Hatun. Come on.
Thank you.
He answered your question so many times now.
Is that correct?
Are you skeptical of the Torah?
What she said is a compliment.
I told you.
You didn't hear that?
Are you skeptical?
Doesn't affect my eternity.
Are you skeptical of it?
But Surah 4,
Are you skeptical?
verse 57.
Are you skeptical?
Are you skeptical?
I'm giving her a compliment.
That's why I'm asking you.
She likes it.
I am asking you now. It's
Do
like
you have
this.
anything?
You have one question. I have one question.
632.
Are you skeptical of the Torah?
It's time for answer anyway.
Regarding this,
Are you skeptical of the
Surah 4,
Torah?
verse 157.
So let me ask you,
that yes or no
because you're not
question?
answering the question.
That's yes and no question.
Okay, because you're not answering my question, I can safely assume that you have skepticism in the text of the Torah.
I told you.
Thank you. As I realize
told you.
now, I now can safely assume, because you are not answering my question, that you have doubt in the text of the
Am I
Torah.
right to understand?
Hatun,
Since
thank
you are
you.
ignoring my question.
Since you are
regarding
ignoring my
632
question,
to
I can
650,
safely
that
assume.
You don't have
You know what this is
Quran.
about?
You don't have the Quran.
When the whole world
Any
sees
written
this,
verses.
they'll realize you have no sincerity in your heart.
Thank you. I'll take it.
No, by saying thank you doesn't really solve the problem.
Do you have anything?
I said game over.
So you don't want to
Game
answer the
over.
question? Okay.
Because I cannot talk to a robot.
Okay, Hatun, you promised to answer my question. Are you going to?
I'll come back.
Come back to me. Yeah. Will you do answer and then come back to her?